The US president's visit to the Middle East, that included stops in Israel and Saudi Arabia, gained much media coverage, but it's unlikely to strengthen Biden or the US. In the first leg, Biden visited Israel and reiterated US support for the entity. Biden reiterated the US plan was for two states, but it wasn't the right time currently for this, which got the ire of the Palestinians. In his second leg, Biden visited Saudi Arabia, and despite talk of making MBS a pariah, Biden met with the Crown Prince. Biden failed to achieve any oil increase deal with the Crown Prince, and neither did he get any progress on the murder of the US journalist Jamal Khashoggi. In the end, very little of substance seems to have come from the visit. It would seem the visit was more to do with the upcoming midterms rather than any strategic goals. Russian officials announced Vladimir Putin's visit to Tehran for a trilateral meeting with Iran's premier and Erdogan of Turkey, just as President Joe Biden was in the Middle East. In a show of strength, the meeting in Tehran was an attempt by Putin to show Russia still has allies, despite Russia being the target of Western economic warfare. Putin held meetings with the Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and Turkey's President Erdogan, where Syria, regional security and Ukraine were discussed. The UN-backed proposal to resume exports of Ukrainian grain to ease the global food crisis was announced on Friday the 22nd of July. Erdogan has helped to broker talks on a peaceful settlement of the Russia-Ukraine war, as well as help negotiations to unblock Ukrainian grain through the Black Sea. Putin's meeting with both leaders was really to highlight that Russia is engaged in other matters of strategic importance, and that Russia is pushing ahead with communication with NATO without America even present. But Iran and Russia have both been wavering allies to each other, with Iran placing its talks with the US above Russia, whilst Turkey and Russia have been historic enemies, and the recent cooperation has been at odds with their opposing positions on Libya, the Caucasus and Syria. Despite the show of an alliance system, Iran and Turkey are at best wavering allies for Russia. Germany has forged a plan to save its largest importer of Russian gas from bankruptcy amid huge energy price increases, the government has confirmed. The Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, said the government would take a 30% stake in the energy firm Uniper, and also vowed more help would be offered to the ordinary people who were struggling to cover soaring energy bills. Scholz admitted the scale of the crisis that Germany found itself in, as it struggled to cope with a drastic reduction in Russian gas supplies. Uniper, as Germany's biggest Russian gas importer, was a company of vital importance for the economic development of our country and for the energy supply of our citizens, Scholz said, arguing that the funds would allow Uniper the chance to stabilize for the future. As Europe tries to wean itself off Russian energy dependency, this is causing economic havoc across the continent. In a huge blunder, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock tweeted if Germany didn't get more gas, it wouldn't be able to support Ukraine, as it would be dealing with popular uprising. It would seem Russia has Ukraine's allies where it always wanted them.